Everyone watches Japanese anime, listens to K-pop, learning Mandarin. China's becoming the biggest luxury market by 2025. Are you talking to me there's still racism towards Asians? Yes, that's right. Despite Asians being the model citizens that they are, contributing greatly in the economy, minding their own businesses, they're still not being respected in the West. This isn't just a North American issue, although America is pretty tough for Asians. Many different factors sparked the increase of recent anti-Asian hate crimes. The saying of Kung Flu virus, quoting the former US president, the different news outlets with their xenophobic, outrageous headlines, also maybe the frustration watching China getting the COVID-19 situation under control. Besides racial slurs and go back to your country that I'm sure every Asian person encounters, there were brutal and aggressive attacks against Asian people, especially elderly people and female, across America. In Europe, the situation isn't better neither. In the UK, okay, Brexit, whatever, police data shows that there's a 300% rise in anti-Asian hate crimes in the first quarter of 2020 compared to the same period of 2019 and 2018. I was verbally attacked in Berlin last year. I was wearing a mask. It was February 2020, so not everyone was wearing a mask on the street. And people were shouting to me, coronavirus, okay? Corona, that's what they say in German. Did I say something back? Absolutely. Fick dich, du Arschloch. And he threatened to hit me. But to be honest, we should know that anti-Asian sentiments have long existed before the COVID even broke out. We can look into history for answers. Imperialism, colonialism are real. They're the fundamental reasons, plus industrialization, of course, why the Western world has built their wealth. And this enormous wealth and technological, cultural advancements gave the Western world a main global narrative. That's of course part of the reason why white people are perceived as superior, better, more beautiful, and Asian people, black people, persons of colors are less valued. So how do we fight systemic racism? Well, first of all, congratulations. You've realized that the racism is systemic. Because a lot of people have this misconception that racism towards black people, for instance, is justified because of their high criminality rates. Well, you're wrong. Even if you're a perfectly good citizen, a military officer, a stylist, a doctor, you can still be discriminated against due to your skin color. Or another example, just because you have great purchasing power doesn't mean that you're treated better in stores, in luxury stores specifically, than white customers. Imagine paying money to them and getting disrespected. Not to mention, slanted eyes on the funny Chinese by supermodels, TV hosts. Public figures did that on broadcast TV. Of course they apologize, thanks to Daya Prada, but did they really understand the sentiments? Did they really understand the reason? Did they really understand why those racist gestures are so hurtful? In case you wonder why, well, smear campaigns and yellow per wheel headlines work to distract people from real problems, to divert the attention of the audience towards China, the source of all problems. It's also called blaming. First, they create fear out of ignorance, and then from that fear, they breed hate. It's very sad. Alright, so after calling out all these problems, is there anything we can do to counter racism? Of course, being vocal is super important. We need to talk about our experiences, personal experiences with racism. We need to listen to other people's stories about racial discrimination, actively encourage and bring in allies from other communities, getting politically involved to ensure Asian community have enough representation in the parliament, for instance. On a personal level, there are also many things that we can do. Show support to all of your Asian friends in these difficult times. Educate your non-Asian friends. I know it's not your job to educate them. They should educate themselves, but feel free to do that, if you can handle that mentally. Support your local Asian businesses, whether it's an Asian hair salon, Asian supermarket, promote those stores in your friend circle. It's crucial to show solidarity as a group, especially because we're abroad, because together we can help each other, help the disadvantaged in the community, and clap back stronger to any hate that's coming. I hope this video was informative and encouraging. I know it's really hard right now being Asian, but growing up in Europe with a face like this, I was getting called Ching Chang Chong, Asian bitch a lot. All of that just made me stronger, more certain, more confident, and more proud of who I am and where I come from. #StopAsianHate might not encompass all the problematics surrounding Asian racism, but it's a good start, and it's a long fight. There's still a long way to go, but we're here for it. Thank you for coming to my TED.
小红书